S&P 500 market structure, price prediction, and technical analysis. And we're on the monthly chart, and just based on this view we can see that the market has been very strong, right, moving upwards, and it's not really showing any signs of a reversal at this point in time. However, having said that, at this point I would say that the most important level, in my humble opinion, would be this level over here. And why do I say so? That is because that's a very strong level of support and a key level. And it's also because we had in the past this overextended W structure, as you guys can see. And as I always say, it is an overextended W structure because this leg over here is much lower than this one over here. And as I said, it has a neckline at that level. And whenever we have these patterns, ideally at some point we want to see price come back to the very same area to give it a test. And at that point is where, again, a lot of institutions such as banks and insurers will be looking to move the market further up. However, having said that, this whole move could take a couple of years to actually happen, right? So it's not really important at this stage. I'm just showing you what's happening on the monthly chart. From here, let's head down to the weekly chart and see what's happening down there. Here we are on the weekly chart, and remember guys that on the monthly chart we said that we have this level over here, more or less, which is a very strong level of support, and we want to see price in the future come back to that level ideally. And at this point, which is the 4916 level, more or less, is where we will be looking to potentially buy, right? But let's just zoom in and see what's happening on the weekly chart of S&P 500, which we also refer to as US500, right, or SPX, right? Let's zoom in a bit. Just to zoom in, we can see again that, as I said, we are in a very strong upward trajectory or upward trending market, and for the most part, just based on this fact, I believe that one should be looking for only buy opportunities at this point in time. However, having said that, just also bear in mind that price had also given us another overextended W formation here, or double bottom, and it too has a neckline there. And we saw price actually break to the upside, come back to the level more or less to give it a test, and again we saw the market continue to move further up, right? But for now, I'm just gonna mark the area because it's very much important. As much as price has already retested the area, right, it's still a very strong level of support, and we may potentially again in the future see price come back to the very same level to just retest it, right? So what else do we see in regards to the weekly chart? At this point I don't see much, although I would like to point out also that the market seems to be moving sideways here, and in my very humble opinion, it's probably due to the fact that we're right at the end of the year and things are a bit slow. And as I said, we may again potentially see price come back to this level in the new year, and at that point again is where we may potentially again see the market continue to move further up, right? Anyway, from here let's head down to the daily chart, and here we are on the daily chart. And just to recap in terms of what we saw on the weekly chart, we had mentioned that price had given us this pattern, which is an overextended W formation or double bottom, and we said that price may again come back in the new year to this level, and at that point is where we may again look for potential buy opportunities. But here we are now on the daily chart. What do we see on the daily chart? The first thing that I'm going to do in regards to the daily chart is to add my channel, and just bear with me while I do so. Let's have a look. I would add my daily channel more or less in this manner, right? And as I said, it confirms that we are in a very strong upward trend, and that in my humble opinion, one should just be looking for buy opportunities at this point in time, right? Anyway, let's just zoom in and see what else is happening in regards to the daily chart. Again, as much as we are in an upward trending market, right, the market had also given us what seems to be a double top here, which also has a neckline there. And again, you guys know that whenever we have these patterns, we want to see price closing to the bottom side of the neckline, and then in the future come back to the neckline to give it a test, as I always say. And at that point where the neckline is where a lot of people look for potential sell opportunities, right? And at this point in time, we can see again that price gave us the double top, broke to the bottom side of the neckline, now came back to the neckline to give it a test. And I can tell you now that a lot of people sold here or are selling, and a lot of them are looking, for price to actually move to around this trend line or to where we have this level over here, right? Which is a very strong level of support at this point in time. However, myself personally, I would not sell, right? And the reason why I would not sell is because we are in a very strong upward trend after all. Just keep that in the back of your mind, right? Anyway, I'm just gonna mark that very strong level of resistance over here, which is also the neckline of that double top that I spoke about, right? And also, let me just actually use Fibonacci just to see if that neckline aligns with any key numbers. Let's have a look. Having used Fibonacci, I would not, hold this level like in high regard, and that is because the level doesn't seem to align with any key numbers in regards to Fibonacci. So I'm just going to delete this tool, and yeah, so from here I'm just going to head down to the daily chart. However, the H4 chart. However, before I do so, I just also want to add this channel over here, right, which also speaks to let's have a look, this channel over here, right. There we go. Just bear with me, guys. Okay. I actually wanted to see if the channel, right, or rather price, actually got to reject at that level, right? So we can see that price didn't really reject, so that's fine, right? Anyway, let's head down to the H4 chart, and here we are on the H4 chart. I'm just gonna adjust my channel somewhat, or rather my trend line. There we go, right? And just to recap it on what we discussed in regards to the daily chart. Remember, we had said that the market had given us a double top there, price broke to the bottom side, came back to the very same level to create a test, and we said that at this point is where a lot of people are actually selling at this point in time, as the anticipation is for the market to move further down to where we have the trend line or to around this level over here, which is a very strong level of support, right? However, I did say also that myself personally, I would not sell this particular index, at this point in time, and that is because for the most part we are in an upward trending market, right? We are in an upward trending market, and I'm just going to be looking for buy opportunities, right? So here we are on the H4 chart. What do we see on the H4 chart? Again, I'm going to start off by adding my channel. Bear with me, guys. Right, there goes our channel more or less, right? And in regards to the channel, let me just actually make sure that it is perfect. Remember that we just need to ensure that whatever drawings that we do indeed add to our charts are as close to perfection as possible, just to ensure that our analysis and execution is also perfect, as much as possible, right? So we can see that in regards to the H4 chart, again, we have this channel, and price seems to have closed below that channel or the trend line, right? And this signals to a lot of people that indeed the market is likely to move further down. However, as I said, I would not sell at this point in time, and price may indeed move further down to this level, and what I would then do is wait for potential buy opportunities at this level, which is the, let me see, just bear with me. I would look for potential buy opportunities at this level, which is the 5811.20, as well as where we have this trend line over here, right? I would look for potential buy opportunities there, but for now I would not sell. And again, this could also be a fake move, right? This could be a trap. This breakout could be a trap. Why do I say so? That is because remember that the market had given us this double top here, and you guys know that whenever we have these double tops, traders and investors often sell on that second leg and place their stop losses just above, right? So what this means is that we have a lot of stop losses located here, right? And those stop losses represent money, and we all know that the market will always go to where the money is, right? So the price may, from where it is currently, right, do this and move further up to trigger all of those stop losses that are located here, right? Anyway, from here, I'm just gonna head down to the H1 chart. However, before I do so, let me just point out that just based on the H4 chart, I really don't see any opportunities at all. And again, I also want to point out that we also have this level over here, right, which is a very strong level of support again, right? It's a very strong level of support, and the neckline of this over extended W formation. I hope you guys can see that. And again, price may come back to the level to give it a test, and at this point is where again the market may continue to move further up. So in conclusion, I would say that I would look for potential buy opportunities at this level, which is where we have that neckline, and it's also a very strong level of support, as well as this level again, which is a very strong level of support again. That is, if price disregards this level and continues to move further down to around this level. And the last point where I would be looking for buy opportunities is where we have this channel over here, right? Because price may push to this level and then reject here where we have that trend line and then continue to move further up. But for now, in terms of selling, I would not sell at all. And just to head down to the H1 chart, here we are on the H1 chart. Let's just zoom in. I really don't see much, guys, at this point. I don't see much. And just to recap, just to go back to the H4 chart and just zoom out. Yeah, so what I would do for now is wait for price to reach this level, and at this point is where I will look for potential buy opportunities. It's also possible that price may reach this level and I do not do anything. That is because before I buy, I need to make sure that all of the boxes, or all of my boxes, are checked, right? And I've got the right confirmations.